Hillsboro is a great place to live. As a Bee City USA and a Tree City USA, Hillsboro is dedicated to protecting trees and educating the community about the importance of pollinators, which sustain more than 75% of the world's plant species. In October 2019, the Board of Commissioners passed an ordinance allowing town residents to develop managed natural landscape areas in order to reduce turf grass and promote sustainable pollinator-friendly habitats. Maintaining a healthy lawn requires a substantial amount of water and the use of fertilizers and other chemicals. Stormwater runoff from Hillsboro, including the chemicals from lawns and pavement, is deposited in the Eno River and other drinking water supplies. Planting a managed natural area in lieu of a traditional lawn is one way to achieve positive change in our environment. A managed natural landscape is an intentional, maintained planting of native or non-native grasses, wildflowers, flowering plants, ferns, shrubs, or trees. It can even be an entire meadow of native grasses and plants. These lawn alternatives can offer significant environmental benefits, which include reducing chemical runoff, providing food and habitat for birds, insect pollinators, and other wildlife, growing local food, and providing beautiful creative landscapes. While most natural landscaped areas will not be mowed, homeowners will need to regularly remove inconsistent, invasive, or non-beneficial plants and mow meadow areas at least annually. More details about the ordinance are available on a link at the end of this video. The planting of native gardens in town can provide natural wildlife corridors connecting Orange County's forests and streams. Native natural areas are essential to restoring healthy ecosystems. Using native plants in a landscape also provides food and shelter to insects and other animals suffering from habitat loss. A native plant species is one that occurs naturally in a particular region, ecosystem, or habitat and was present prior to European settlement. Over time, native plants developed complex relationships and interdependence with other organisms at all levels of the food web. Using non-native plants from other geographical regions in our landscapes, cannot replicate the complex interactions that occur naturally in the local ecosystem. Looking around our gardens, we can see the interdependence of wildlife and native plants. Native birds, such as this bluebird, feed babies almost exclusively on caterpillars from native trees, timed to be available in harmony with nesting cycles. Goldfinches feed on seeds from native coneflowers and black-eyed Susans. Fall and winter migrating birds feed on high-energy fruits found on native plants. These cedar waxwings are feasting on eastern red cedar berries. Milkweeds, asters, and other wildflowers attract and support many diverse pollinators. Would you like to see and hear birds all around? More butterflies on your flowers? Would you like to slow the spread of invasive plant species? Would you like to reduce the need for strong chemical applications for your lawn and garden? If yes, then take a look at the ways to develop a natural landscape filled with native plantings at your home. One delightful aspect of native gardening is how different colors and focal points emerge and change from season to season. The most colorful wildflowers tend to grow in full sun or part sun. Here are some easy care sun-loving natives. Sunflowers and coneflowers attract pollinators. In autumn, goldfinches and other birds feast on the seeds of these native plants. Purple coneflower, seen here in front of bee balm, blooms from May to September. These coneflowers have attracted American lady butterflies and bumblebees. Milkweed is the host plant for the monarch butterfly, meaning that leaves and stems of milkweed are the only source of food for monarch caterpillars. Here, orange butterfly milkweed grows behind downy woodmint. The larger swamp milkweed has pink flowers. It is another milkweed eaten by monarch larvae. If you notice that the leaves of your milkweed are being eaten, look closely. You will likely see caterpillars and can be happy that you are contributing to the survival of this species. This black-eyed Susan, Rudbeckia fulgida, is a long-blooming native. A variety that spreads by roots, forming large clumps over time. It is drought and deer-resistant and loved by pollinators. In late summer and early fall, the very deer-resistant goldenrod begins to bloom. Goldenrod grows in this garden with little blue stem and sedum. Goldenrod produces exuberant stems of yellow blossoms. For a vibrant fall display in an informal area, plant goldenrod near purple asters. Asters, with many daisy-like flowers, are a mainstay of the fall garden. This is the small, compact woods purple. Shady areas provide some of the most beautiful gardens and delightful retreats imaginable. By mixing and matching shade-tolerant natives, every inch of your yard can be a getaway. Full shade is defined as less than 4 hours of direct sun per day. The Hillsborough area provides a plethora of native and pollinator-friendly shade plants. These plants can meet many common landscaping challenges. One winner is Virginia sweetspire, a native of North Carolina. Known for its springtime drooping spires of fragrant white flowers, its leaves change to lovely shades in autumn. This plant is easy to establish and is perfect for more difficult locations such as shady hillsides. Black haw viburnum, a native shrub, may grow 20 feet tall and nearly as wide. It also thrives when pruned to remain smaller. Providing 3 seasons of interest, lovely white flower clusters in spring, fall colors of purple and red, and winter berries of purplish black, its berries can be eaten by both birds and humans. Bloodroot, a member of the poppy family, is another good choice for a springtime shady garden. It ranges in size from 1 to 3 inches, sending up chalky white flowers followed by attractive, persistent round leaves. Violet wood sorrel offers a stunning display of shamrock-shaped leaves and lavender flowers starting in mid-April and reappearing in October. It grows in clumps, is attractive to butterflies, and adds a lovely accent to rock gardens. Finally, green and gold has bright yellow flowers, green-colored eyes, and hairy stems. These lovely natives are prolific spring bloomers, growing close to the ground, and are attractive to songbirds and pollinators. Because of its tolerance for drought, this plant is recommended for those with dry shade gardens. Now that you are inspired to start using more natives in your landscape, you're probably wondering how and where to start. The process of adding natives or creating a pollinator-friendly landscape can be a lot less difficult than you may think. Begin by taking paper, pencil, and a camera on a walk around your yard. Note the areas of sun, shade, and wet and dry soil. Also, jot down the names of plants you know. Photograph the ones you don't recognize. There are lots of resources for helping you determine if you have native, non-native, or invasive species. The Orange County Extension Office is a great place to start. Also, there are some links and other resources on the webpage noted at the end of this video. Once you have assessed what you have, you can begin eliminating invasive species. The most common ways to eliminate unwanted plants are digging, pulling, and applying herbicides. But there are some other creative ways of ridding your yard of these plants, including smothering, burning, solarizing, and even using goats. While you're eliminating your unwanted plants, take a soil sample to the Orange County Extension Office. The report of their analysis will determine any adjustments you should make to the soil before planting. While you're waiting for your soil results, you can choose an area to start adding some natives. Using your sketch, which details sun and shade, decide if you want to use understory trees, shrubs, or perennials added to that particular area. With your sketch and types of plants you want, go to a local garden center. They have knowledgeable staff to help you select just the right plant for your spot. Amend your soil according to the results of the soil test and start planting. follow the directions of the garden staff or the plant label as far as frequency of watering. Many native plants once established do not require much water other than rain unless there is a long time of drought. Also, many plants do well with a 2 to 3 inch layer of mulch around them. Avoid placing mulch up to 6 inches around the crown. If you're building a house and haven't landscaped yet, there are many native shrubs and perennials, including evergreens and plants with winter interest that you can plant in lieu of the typical foundation plantings. Maybe you'd like to go big and replace a large portion of your lawn with a meadow of native grasses and perennials. This is now permitted, allowing for some buffer regions around the street and neighboring yards. While this is a beautiful and natural-looking option, please understand that it is a big undertaking and will take about 3 years to become a mature native meadow